Let's do a quick experiment here. Which do you think is more healthy? This one or that one? Okay. Let's make it a bit harder. How about these two? Okay, last one, I promise. How about these two? So what if I told you that all the food you have seen are neither healthy nor unhealthy? Now I would totally understand if you don't believe me, but let me try to convince you. But before I do, let me ask you a question. What is unhealthy food? Let us start from the beginning.
We all know granola is great tasting, but there's another side to it. Fat. But Kellogg's low-fat granola has half the fat. Great taste, half the fat.
In the 80s and the 90s, it was fats. Those pesky fats destroying our hearts and increasing our cholesterol.
You can eat cake. What? You can eat cake.
What about the fat?
No fat.
What about cholesterol?
No cholesterol.
Introducing Entenmann's fat-free, cholesterol-free cakes and cookies.
In the early 2000s, it was carbs. Those evil carbs making everyone gain weight.
I've lost 16 kilos on the new, more balanced Atkins plan with delicious recipes and these yummy low-carb bars to help me beat the cravings.
There are some things you really miss when you're on a low-carb diet, like your bowls, your spoons, and the crispy crunch of cereal. But this new Special K changes everything. It's time to raise a spoon to 9 net carbs that taste better than 9 net carbs have any right to.
And then now it's sugar, carbs, and processed food was added to the list. So what is going on here? Can science help us decode this problem and give us an answer once and for all? Well, luckily, yes it can, and I will show you that in a minute. First, I want to define what is unhealthy food. What is the criteria that constitutes unhealthy food? Does our bodies have an auto-detection mechanism inside of it that can tell us what is bad and what is good? I used to believe that if I eat junk food or unhealthy food, my body would be sad and I would get unhealthy and I would gain weight. Our bodies don't really label any food. We do. It's a mix of culture and what is trending at the moment. Probably most of you picked white rice as the unhealthy option. But carbs are all the same. Yes, there are simple carbs and complex carbs, but from the scientific literature, the only difference is how long does our bodies take to digest these carbs. And how would we explain Japanese people eating tons of rice and having the highest number of people living above 100? Maybe, just maybe, there's something more than just labels here. And there must be some evil, unhealthy food that we can put the blame of us overeating and gaining weight, right? I believe this question is asked in reverse. It should be we're overeating and eating in a surplus and gaining weight, and we know for sure that this causes problems like high blood pressure and diabetes. And are there foods and food groups that can increase the chances of this happening? And the answer is yes. There are food groups that increases your chances of being in a surplus. For example, junk food or highly processed foods. And no, it's not just processed foods, it's highly processed foods. So what is the difference? First of all, I have to say sorry that I'm always talking and bashing the American diet. Sorry for my American audience, but you guys leave me no choice. Let's talk about high fructose corn syrup. It's literally in everything, even in toast. I don't want to talk about this too much, but why though? Anyway, this is a perfect example of highly processed food. They usually have insane amount of sugar, salt, and calories, and absolutely zero nutritional value. And the research here is a bit of a mixed bag. Some say it's because they are high in calories, they cause problems, and another camp say that it's because they have zero nutritional value and they inherently have some characteristics that can cause problems. But the research here is not conclusive at all. So I believe you can still eat highly processed food and be healthy. As the saying goes, the dose makes the poison. If all you eat is highly processed food, then this will lead to problems. So moderation is the key here. So what should we actually do here? There are two important things here. One is make sure that your diet is coming from whole foods so you won't get into a surplus and gain extra unnecessary weight. Two is eat ultra processed food in moderation. Don't restrict yourself, don't limit yourself, because that will not help. Eating 1 donut a day will not kill you, but eating 10 donuts a day for 10 years probably will. Now, a lot of people eat a healthy, balanced diet, but they are still not that healthy. Why is that? Because there's one more missing ingredient that you need to do in order to be as healthy as possible, which you can learn in this video right here.